I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know where I'm ever going with anything, to be very honest. But with a couple of days left before I turn 23 and only 8 hours left of 2023, I realized there's a lot that I want to leave behind in this year. In January, I was able to celebrate my 22nd birthday with Jen, my best friend, as she came to Tokyo to explore and have fun with me. We went on a trip to Sapporo with Anna, and we snowboarded for the first time, or me and Anna did at least. We had so much sushi, and it was so much fun to be able to introduce someone that I grew really close to someone that I consider a sister to myself. Anna and I proceeded to go to Okinawa in February to chase the cherry blossoms, where I accidentally lost my passport, but I found it.
What is it? What is it, huh?
In February, I prepared to say goodbye to the city that I had been living in for the past 5 months. Made a lot of good memories, left behind a little bit of regret, as one always does. And I was joined by my actual blood sister as we tore it up in Kyoto with Miffy bread, and more.
Some people like coffee that's very light.
Oh my gosh, and I also got to see Yuzuruhan Yuzenshu at his ice concert. It was insane. Then comes a bit of the hard part. I came home, and it was bittersweet. Yeah, you go from traveling around the world to being stuck in Surrey. But the problem was it was way less comforting than it should have been. And don't get me wrong, I loved being able to understand what was being spoken around me again. I missed quality bubble tea. I also missed being able to piggyback off of Nina in a mochi donut baking collaboration. And I even got to bully Maggie again after 2 years of not seeing her.
I know it's hard. What if I just accelerate?
What if we just...
Where was I? Congratulations.
Not mine.
Let me just backtrack to me. Chloe and Jen graduated, leaving Penny and me behind, but we had lots of good food before Jen moved to Toronto.
You too, bitch. Give me a hug.
No!
I started a new job working for trees. The job, the people, and my silly goose partner in crime, Anne, gave me a lot of stability that I desperately needed at a time where my home life was being completely upturned. It's like 4:30, and Bob just around 2, he came to talk to me about selling the house. Finally, he's like agreeing to our terms of splitting it evenly, which is absolutely hilarious because like 3 years ago it was easily decided upon to split things a third each, and then flash forward now, like 3-4 years later, he gets upset when we don't agree to his calculations of him taking 90 and us taking 10% each. So he's like, fine, write this contract, blah 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 blah, and after I sign it and we're done, I'm not your father anymore, and like we're not family anymore. And I'm like, I really hate that it's him that gets to say that when, to begin with, he never really acted like a father, really. But that's another story that he will not be able to admit. But it's like 4 already, right? 4. And my hands are really shaky still. I think that's what I'm upset about. That, sure, like I sort of knew that this was how it's gonna pan out, because this is the better option in terms of saving himself more money. But the fact that even though he didn't like do anything to me, your body will still react to trauma the way it will. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared, but my body is, because I don't like these interactions. I don't know. Such a normal conversation. There's like no voice raising, anything. When I think about like the hostility in his voice and the way my body just intrinsically reacts to that out of just trauma, I think that's terrible. And so it's July 29th. I'm moving out of here soon. You see, 2023 was also a year about home. Leaving home, coming home, moving homes, and losing a home. I was reconstructing the entire meaning of that word. I feel like there's something out there along the lines of how when you leave home, you can never come back. And yeah, broadening my horizons and having the privilege and the space to learn about myself abroad came at the painful cost of realizing I would never see things the same way again. The short version is, I think my dad might be in a cult. He remarried, had a son, and then suddenly all his siblings were calling me ungrateful for wanting to take the inheritance he himself originally promised both my sister and I, amongst many other unpleasant things. But
Oh, like, do you feel better now that you've signed it?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the end.
Me too.
I know there's some other clips of him on this channel. Honestly, I'm a bit afraid to look back at it because I know that version of him doesn't exist for me anymore. Nevertheless, there were many silver linings. In the fall, I was able to see my friends more easily.
Next month? Jeremy, sad. 大丈夫?
Foot cramp.
Oh,
What do you mean you don't know?
And work and school with the full 4-hour transit to UBC and back were great distractions. If you thought this was going to have some sort of grand and cathartic epiphany, it doesn't. Ugh, I still don't know. I want to leave this behind and also leave it forward so that a year from now, maybe 23-year-old, 24-year-old Felicia can look back at this. Will say, wow, I forgot that happened. And I hope that version of me is able to describe 2023 with a little bit more ease, a little bit more acceptance and hope. I hope that version of me doesn't have to hurt over losing family. I hope she's not still confused about what it means to be a daughter. I hope she can remember her father for the good memories that he was able to be a part of. So yeah, most of all, I just hope that I can just look back on this year and be proud that I survived it, and be proud of all the good memories that I was able to make. Yeah, I lost my thought, but all of that combined, and then returning here, helped me understand that never coming home again is because I've grown up. And I think it's a good thing.
If I come back, can you please come back?
In the way that you grow and you see things differently, you understand certain dynamics better. You see how certain people and relationships are broken that you were previously a bit naively blind to. You know, if 2023 was a year of moving and redefining home, I hope that I am still moving forward to a better place.
Just because it won't come easily doesn't mean you shouldn't